Hey, we got Drewz Viewz here, and I'm back for a little Car Tuesday, reacting to them cartoons on Tuesday. And today I'm doing Adventure Time Fionna and Cake, Season 1, Episode 4, Prismo the Wishmaster. So, Prismo was a pretty integral figure in the original Adventure Time series. Though he wasn't in that many episodes, I would say maybe only like 5 or 6 or something like that. He's became pretty important, if I recall. So he's called the Wishmaster, so he can like grant wishes. I think it's like one per person or something like that, if I recall. So he's like a deity, basically, like kind of like a god type figure in the Adventure Time world. And he's in kind of like I think like time stopped when you're in this kind of room thing. Also, he's like old man's dream like state that's like stuck. Again, with a lot of these Adventure Time lore, it gets really complicated, and having not like rewatched the series recently or anything, I'm probably forgetting a lot of the details here, but it's something like that. Anyway, he's like a fan of Finn and Jake, especially Jake, and it seems like he's, since in the current universe now, Fionna and Cake, Jake is passed along. Prismo's like watching another episode, or the last episode at the beginning, watching like old adventures from when he was still alive with Finn. So it was an adventure we saw that took place after the Adventure Time series, because Finn was older, but not as old as he is now, I guess. Not as much hair as he currently has. It'll also be interesting to see if Finn interacts with Fionna now that she's in the world here, since it's like the fan fiction was originally based on him and Jake, obviously. And I think in this original series he was creeped out by it, but then he, in that other episode of Fionna and Cake, then Finn said like he's cool with it, and he's like got into it a little bit. I don't know if he was just saying that because Simon was like so depressed and he was trying to fix him and everything, but we'll see if they interacted. It'll be funny. Yeah, editing back again, I'm catching more stuff on the edits here when I go back to these episodes. So the last one was called Cake the Cat, and Fionna actually came into the world there, and Cake was able to talk to Simon, put the collar on her, and then the squirrel adjusted it to the right voice. But Simon was like saying, "You're not real. I just created you out of my head," when he was obviously trying to bring Betty back. And I was thinking initially when I watched it, like, that's not the case, because clearly you saw them in the real world, Fionna in her real world. But now I'm not so sure exactly, because I caught that last time, she did say she was from nowhere. So that could be a clue, I guess. This doesn't really exist where she's from. And there's the whole thing in the first episode about like every channel having Cheers on the TV, and Cheers was what's on in Simon's room, museum kind of room thing. So maybe that's a clue as to like that her world's not actually real. I don't know. I'm kind of wavering going either way, and then I'm not sure if it will be explained. It probably will. But yeah, I guess this is gonna deal with Prismo this episode, and we saw then, Fionna saved Cake from the being clapped in irons there, or whatever it was, the block thing. It was a very comical fight scene where she like pushed over both Cake and Fionna caused a lot of trouble in the market there. Like pushed over a cup of coffee, and all this other kind of whimsical characters getting beat up by them. Banana Guard came in late, didn't know what was going on, and got bopped. Yeah, then they got whisked away, presumably by Prismo at the end there. So, and I'm thinking he's gonna give Cake that, like, the powers that she's supposed to have, and who knows what else could happen here. But yeah, I'm pumped to watch this one. I'm loving the show so far, especially the humor and the continuation of the lore and story here. Even though I don't remember everything, I got to from the original one, I start to jog my memory more and more here, hopefully. Like Ice King, I forgot, but I need to get back to being Simon and remember this stuff. Anyway, let's go ahead and watch Prismo the Wishmaster. Let's do it. I gotta look at the voice cast here, because, yeah, Betty is Felicia Day, that's right. Prismo, Sean Rohani. Oh yeah, Andy Daly's in the voice cast. Love him. Oh, must be the guy at the beginning. Yeah, it's definitely Kumail Nanjiani in the original series. I guess they couldn't get him for this one. Interesting. But yeah, the voice doesn't sound like, I mean, Kumail's a Pakistani accent. This guy kind of was trying to do a voice it sounded like, but it definitely sounded way more American. Anyway, we got some explanations there then for the whole world that was created by Prismo, unauthorized. So that's how it exists. And he said he was just being lazy because creating a new Finn and Jake obviously likes Jake quite a lot. As we learned, he brought it up again this time, saying it was his favorite guy. And then, yeah, from the past one, I definitely got to look up that whole pickle jar thing, because I definitely remember an episode about that where I think Prismo like dies, or like the old, I mean, Prismo, he is also that old man, like the dream of the old man connected to his head, which we saw the guy this time too. And then Jake like used his favorite pickle jar to like bring him back to life somehow, I think. Anyway, so Prismo created that, not Ice King. That's how he was able to write all the stories. He got it just downloaded into his brain. And that very funny scene there makes sense because Ice King is really competent otherwise to write those whole stories that everyone loved. I guess Simon wouldn't remember it either way if he had written them as Ice King or what really happened, but now he's saying he's gonna have to become Ice King again. I guess so he's not so useless. So in a way, yeah, even though Ice King's insane and tragic, in the land of he needs the powers, I guess, to be worth anything and help everyone. Yeah, funny kind of references this time with like the Fionna's getting the Jake outfit, or I guess the Fionna outfit from the fan fiction, which we learned again is a real alternate universe here. And then he turned it into shorts, so it was funny because she couldn't run in the skirt. So I guess she was doing all those adventures we saw from the Adventure Time episodes with Fionna and Cake. But then, because the universe had to get hidden more or whatnot, it turned into like the boring nowhere universe. So Marshall Lee goes from the vampire to just a guy on the street playing guitar. Prince Gumball, is that his name? I think so. But whatever, the Princess Bubblegum equivalent. Gary now, he goes to that, he becomes a bakery guy, whatever, there's no powers, all this stuff, so yeah. So I'm guessing it's gonna set up that we will see that world again, because I was wondering, they did set up those other characters, so if we just never see them again now, Fionna and Cake are in Ooh, or they're not in Ooh now, they're in, I guess, whatever world they're in now when they were in the time room. But yeah, despite the voice difference, which isn't ideal.
No, this is gonna drive me nuts.
Good to be back there with Prismo in the whole room with the hot tub and everything, and all the wall stuff. Some funny stuff there too, with him splitting himself up and not being able to keep it straight with the guy. So I guess that's gonna be the main antagonist of the season here, this bounty hunter guy, or whatever he is at the time, or the god auditor, I think Prismo called him. Yeah, let's see. Oh, the next episode is called Destiny. All right, so we're off of the people, the this, the that, the person names for now at least. Wonder what the destiny will be. Simon's destiny to be Ice King again, or Fionna and Cake's destiny to adventure, have times of adventure. Well, I'll find out when I watch the next one. But yeah, this was an enlightening episode for sure in terms of what's going on with this series. Still had a lot of good comedy beats, and yeah, another good one. Excited to watch episode 5 next time. Do join me back for that. Stay subscribed to Drewz Viewz here. Comment, let me know what you think. And until next time, I'm out of here. Peace.
It's been cool hanging out, but you gotta go back.